Hey toy fans, Aaron here. Tonight taking a look at the vintage collection release of the Imperial Assault Tank Commander. Also do a comparison with the tank driver that was released, 9 months ago? Something like that. So anyways, let's head to the table and check this one out. And here's a look at him on the card. Nice Star Wars Rogue One logo up top. Of course, you got the name pill below that. Great image of the trooper standing up through the top of the assault tank. And of course, through the blister, you do see your figure. On the back side, you can see he's number 148. Top half has a brief description talking about celebrating the legacy of Star Wars with these figures. And then off to the left, you got 6 images of the figures that are available right now. Taking a look at him out of the packaging. Overall, really good looking trooper. This is nothing we haven't seen though. It should come as no surprise since they wore the same outfit. This is just a repainted assault tank driver. Here you can see those 2 figures side by side. And as far as the aesthetics, or I should say the sculpt, there's been no changes here. This is still using the helmet from the 5 POA figure that was contained in the Jedi 4-pack. And the rest of that body is using the Black Series Scarif Trooper release, just a different paint job to it. And the utility belt is not the same. And I covered all of that when I went through the assault tank driver. So if you want to see that video, go right ahead. I'll put a link below. But directly comparing these 2 figures, as I already said, I mean, aside from the paint job, they're identical. You're going to get your gray paint to help signify the rank of this commander. The pattern to the dirt application is different between the 2 figures. And focusing now just on this commander, like I said, I mean, things to me really are looking good. I don't mind that it's using the same mold as the previous release for the driver because it's the same costume. It was a pretty good figure already. The point of this one is just to give him that rank, complete the scene, if you will, having a commander sticking out of the top of your tank. So that helmet sculpting is still looking good. The dirt application to it looks very nice also. And what little bits of black painting you have in there through the visor and down on the lower part of the helmet is applied pretty well. Along the back of the helmet, just a little touch of dirt application there, and still some lines of black paint. Through the upper body, here's where your biggest difference is going to be between the 2 figures. You are now getting that gray across the top of the shoulders, some gray marks through the chest, and then on that left arm, aside from the gray, you got a couple black horizontal lines painted in there. And that is all looking really good. It seems like it's painted on pretty nice and tight. Also on the front of the chest, you do now have a red mark painted in there just above that black line. Like I really need to point it out. You can see it right in front of you. But anyways, that red painting still looking pretty good. And through the whole upper body, nice application of that dirt wash. I'm sure on camera it's coming across very like screen printed or whatever. A lot of little dots in there, but at least in my hand, and I'm holding it pretty close as I'm looking at it here, and it's just not noticeable in my hand. It seems like a pretty good paint job overall, or application of that dirt wash. As it rotates around to the back side, things still looking pretty good. Nice black painting in the upper part of his back piece. I don't know what that would really be, but I never know. I really should figure this stuff out, right? But it's also nice to see you're getting some dirt application applied here. Through the utility belt, things are looking good. Black painting still holding pretty nice and tight. Through the legs, sculpting for the pants are looking good. You got some nice wrinkles sculpted in there. And for that armor wrapped around the calves of his legs, I really love the way the dirt application is looking here. It looks like a nice thick wash applied. And it is nice to see that carries through to the backside. You're not getting, spots of just very clean armor. That sometimes does happen. As for the articulation, head's on a ball joint, so of course it swivels all the way around. You get a tiny amount of movement side to side, but a little bit more up and down movement. Of course, both the shoulders do swivel all the way around, and then they do lift up almost straight out. That armor does tuck into the shoulder a little bit. You get a good 90-degree bend at the elbows, and of course they swivel. Both wrists swivel. Right hand is going to go up and down, and that left hand goes side to side. Swivel at the waist, some crunching side to side, and a little, pretty good forward and back. And then at the legs, you can bend them straight out. They can go back a little bit, but he ends up doing the splits a little bit more because the way the butt is. And then they spread out like so. You get your twisting on the inside of that hip joint, along with at the top of the thigh. Try and hold on to that, but it swivels in there. Single joint bend at the knee, and it's almost 90 degrees, a little bit shy because of the thickness of that armor back there. And then, of course, it does swivel around. And then for the feet, you go forward, they go back, and swiveling at the top of the ankle. And as far as accessories, it comes with a single blaster. This looks to be the exact same mold that we had for the driver, and here you can see those 2 side by side. And I love the way they did the weapon for this new release. Very nice deep black color being used, and overall just a nice silver wash to really make this weapon look like it's been used in the world. I really appreciate that attention to detail when they give the weapons for these figures this type of application. It holds well in his right hand. He does have a trigger finger extended out there to help complete the look, and with that articulation, no problem giving him a double-handed pose. So overall, this really is a good looking figure for me. I don't mind that it's a reuse of a previous released figure, because in this case, as I already mentioned a couple times, they're dressed the same. That's the great thing about Troopers. You're just getting a different paint application to show his rank. And for me, I guess the most important part is it completes the look of having the assault tank driver, and now the scene is complete with the commander sticking out of the top. And ultimately, that is exactly what I want out of this figure. Being able to complete a scene and having a nice representation of what I saw in the movie. And that wraps up this look at the Assault Tank Commander. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this figure in the comment section below. And as always, thank you for watching.